URL. All right, well, let's see how this goes. I don't even know where to see who's watching or anything, so I'm just gonna be talking to myself here or something. I guess we'll see. There's got to be a way to like see comments and stuff automatically pop up. I don't know. I'll check every now and then. So I've got I got my Remix starter set up here. I've got a little Postgres server showing up here in my menu. Just kind of runs in the background, and I'm cruising through this tutorial here on Prisma. So I've already got my database connected. I created some models and migrated them, so it created all these tables for me. So now we're going to write our first query. So I'm going to just follow along with this. I'm going to make a little, my Remix app, I'm going to make a new file called db. I'm going to import the stuff that they want me to bring in. So import, oops, not Remix, Prisma client, doing the Yoda. I wish we had Yoda imports. So we could say like import from Prisma client, right? Yoda imports, that would have been great. But anyway. Okay, and then I'm going to make a little Prisma instance here, I guess. Prisma client. And they've got some boilerplate there, so I'm just going to export Prisma. So now I can import that over here into my index route. So I'll import Prisma from a database. And here's my loader. In Remix, this thing loads the data for the route. So right now it's just sending this funny little object. This runs on the server, and then we access with user out data from Remix. That's a hook coming from Remix Run React. So I'm gonna follow their little thing here and do a query. I imagine anyway. Here's a quick overview. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay, there we go. That's what I want. So I'm gonna return. Say user. Oh, I guess they said all users. I should follow the tutorial precisely. Wait, Prisma user find. Ooh, what do we have here? Oh, interesting. So when you generate your schema, how do they do that? How do they know my users? Did they make a? It's not a TypeScript file here. Is it in here? Where do the type definitions come from for this? Is it in, do they put it in the node modules? Oh my gosh, they do. That is hacky and tricky and awesome. I love that. That's fantastic. Yeah, all right. I checked my comments. Bigger font size. I know, and everybody wants dark color schemes. Look at that. They just generate this stuff. Okay, what does that mean? For like CSS modules and stuff, you could just, no, that wouldn't work. Those got to be next to things. Anyway, that blows my mind. That's hilarious. Okay, so where were we? Prisma.user.font. I love that. Some people hate ORMs, but that is a great reason to use an ORM when you got TypeScript as well. All right, so user find many, and then they're just going to console log them. I'm going to return them for my loader. And then down here, let's get rid of all this junk. What, you want one more? People want one more bigger, probably. I'm going to wipe all that out, and I'm going to do one of my favorite debuggers ever. Oops. And let's see how that looks. And look at this. We got ES build now in Remix. So these rebuilds are so fast. Rebuilt in 51 milliseconds. I mean, I know it's a nothing app, but still, that is exciting stuff. Oh, we got an empty array. All right. There's this like a winking empty array. That looks like a monster guy. He's like, rah! Anyway, it should be on like a strong bad email is what that guy looks like. Anyway, write data into the database. Yeah, let's make some users here. So what are they going to do here? They're going to create one. Okay, so in Remix, the way that we create stuff is we use a form. So I'm going to bring in a Remix form. That's not just Remix either. That's the web too. On the web, we make a form. So I'm going to put a form in here, and I'm going to say, let's put a label around here, input type text. You can probably hear my kids playing Fortnite downstairs. This is not a professional screencast. We're just goofing around tonight. What fields are they doing? Name, email, posts, profile. I don't know if I want to make posts and stuff yet, but that's cool. You got embedded objects in there. You know what? I'm going to get rid of that and move this over. That's better. So let's just go with name and email right now. We'll do another one. Let's put these in some paragraphs so that we got some margin between them. And this one is email. And we're going to put a method post in here. So Remix is kind of cool here where a form, a lot of people don't know this, a form, just plain old form, when you submit this thing, that actually causes a navigation. It's like clicking a link, except for you get to send some values to the server from the user. Like this, it's a get, but if I say method post, now it's going to actually send that as post body with what is it, the ink type x www URL encode or something weird like that. And so in Remix would be the same thing. I could use a lowercase form here if I wanted to, but I'm going to use uppercase form. And then Remix is going to serialize this form just like the browser, and it's going to call not our loader, it's going to call an action. And so anything that's a get, it's going to call the loader. Anything that's a post or put or delete, but these ones are silly. All you need is get and post. Let's bring in our action function. Whoop. And this will send us the request. And I want to get the form body out of that request, and I'm going to turn it into search params because that's what the request text is. See, we kind of go easy on the abstractions in Remix. We're like, oh, we're not going to parse this thing for you. You should learn what URL search params are and what these request objects are. These aren't ours. We didn't make these up either. This is a MDN request response objects. The web fetch API. Here we are. Woo! Let's go to request. This one. It's one of these. You can clone it. You can get the form data. We don't support this yet. We will. Right here, .text. So it's just one of these things for the most part. It's actually node fetch. Node fetch has those. I think when Node Fetch was created, they were just trying to like create a fetch in Node for us. I don't think that they were really like thinking, oh, people are going to build a whole framework on top of these requests and responses. But that's exactly what we did in Remix. Okay, so anyway, so I'm going to get my request text. I can hear my kids screaming down there. And then what did we have? We had a name and an email. And oh, that's right. I forgot what we were doing. I started talking about Remix. Okay, so I'm going to await Prisma user create data name body.get name. Oh, so now this is a URL search params, which is another built-in thing here, right? Like check this out. Let's say r equals new request. You can like, well, I guess I got to give it some stuff, but anyway, this is a thing inside of the browser. And then URL search params is as well. Well, I need to make a new one. Whoop. p.set foo bar. Get your quotes right, Ryan. Oh my goodness. This is why I use prettier. Now watch this. P to string foo equals bar. Turns it into a query string. So this is just all how web stuff works. Okay, so data, I've got a name. Oh, do I have like really nice type hints here too? Type name string is not signed without creator source blah 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 blah. Yeah, beats me. Let's keep going. Email body.get email. You know, it might be yelling at me about these things. That's right, because it doesn't know for sure what this thing looks like. I wonder if this takes a generic. Body string, email string. Nope. Well, anyway. That's what bangs are for. Bangs are fun too. I miss those from Ruby. Being able to be like just so excited about your code and like 100% sure that it's coming into this. It really might not be, right? Like this post might come through and these things aren't there. So I'm being a little bit silly here, but I am just trying to learn how this works. Okay. And then what do? They go and they recall everything. We don't have to do that. Oh, cornbread down 40 minutes and you take it out when Alexa beeps and put a toothpick in. All right. So we are just going to return a redirect. We'll get that from, oop, that's not the right spot. We're going to get that from Remix run node because that's the platform we're on. Okay, so now we're going to redirect right back to where we are. And so right here where they're recalling this to say, hey, you mutated data, now we're going to go fetch it all again. Remix is going to handle that for us. We did a mutation right here, and then we redirect back to the very same page. And so then when we come back, it's going to call this loader again. Let's see how it goes. Oh, those are crappy. Email. You know, I should really say that this type is email. Oh, and I need a submit button, of course. Button type submit. Create new user. Yes! Ryan, rpflorence@gmail.com. Here we go. I'm going to open up the network tab, see what happens down here. I don't want to disable the cache. Whoop. Whoa! That was freaky fast. Oh man, we use really slow tools these days. If that surprises me so much. Okay, so what happened in Remix land is you can see here we sent this. Let's just make this huge. You can see. Let's put it over. I'm going to put it on the left. So we made this request. When we submit the form, Remix serialized the form and sent it with a fetch to the Remix backend, the Remix server. You can see it did a post. And then it sent, here's the form data. So it serialized that form for us. And then our code here got called. Remix called our action, kaboink. And then we told Prisma, here you go. And then Remix said, all right, let's redirect. So you can see right here, we sent a 204. This is magic Remix stuff for a client-side post where we send a 204 status code, and that's how we know. It's kind of a hint to us. And then down here, we also have a X Remix redirect. So for the fetch, we say, hey, here's where we want you to redirect. Long story why we don't use a 302 here, because then the fetch would follow it, and that's not what we want. Anyway, so then we know, oh, it was a 204, and we had this header, so let's redirect client side with React Router to slash. So then we come back here and we see 2 more requests. Well, why are there 2 requests? Well, our route right here has a loader, and our index route that we've been working with has a loader. So Remix, whenever you submit a form, it's going to recall all of the loaders. Because if we weren't using JavaScript here, if we just did a normal lowercase form, and let's do that. Let's change this to just form and submit this thing with just the browser. Oh, my Express thing isn't restarting fast enough. Anyway, I think I saw Kent there, so we'll say Kent at cdodds. I think that's his email. This time, watch the network tab. It's not fetches. It's a full, and this time it's a real 303. And then what happens is, after this post goes, the browser's like, oh, go somewhere else. So the browser goes and requests this, and what happens? Well, Remix calls all of the loaders, both the root and the index loader, on that transition. And just like HTML, old PHP sites, stuff without JavaScript, that's how we always did it, was after you submit a form, you go to the next page and everything would reload. So you don't have to worry about, in Remix, like expiring caches or like making sure that some other layout gets updated when a child changes some data. Remix is just going to go reload everything for you to make sure that it's all there. I'm going to put this back to the capital F form. I wonder if there are any. I'm just looking, seeing who's in here. How do I know how many people are even here? 13? Oh, that's fun. Welcome. All right, so now let's get back to figuring out how this stuff works. This is, I don't know, that's cracking me up how fast that is. Beef. 3, 2, 1, enter. Gosh, that is fast. See, this is what's kind of funny though, when we do a client-side one. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, that these form fields don't get cleared out after a form submit. So in this case, we probably would want to do something like that. You want to know something really funny? You want to see the funniest way to do this? You put a key on here. I don't know if you should really do this. That's what I'm gonna do. Give me that React Router. And now that that's got a different key for each location, React is just going to be like, oh, okay, I'll redo that. I think I saw David in there. David at kpiano.com. Boop. Hey, and now it's cleared out. Kind of funny. Key can be a hack in React to kind of like normally what do we do is we like some stuff and we map it and then like we put like a key on here, thing.id. And we do that to say, hey, if the order of these things change, remember this one and keep its state around. So like if we had an input in here, we'd want that state to stick around even if it changed order. But you can use a key for the exact opposite thing, for the reciprocal of this. And that is to say, hey, if this location key changes, I want a whole new form. I want you to blow that whole thing away. Give me a new one. Otherwise, we'd have to be like goofing around with, I guess we could get weird. We could be like, give me a ref, use ref. And then we could put a ref on here. And then we could be like, use effect. And then I could say something like location.key. That's probably not even quite the thing either. But anyway, and then I could be like ref current reset. But no thanks. I'm just going to put a key on it. Now I'm just talking about React because I have an audience. I'm supposed to be learning here. Okay, I wrote data into the database. What's next? Before moving on to the next section, you'll publish the post record you just created using update query. Oh, because I didn't make any posts. Maybe I should have made a post. Oh, and they got like includes in there. Oh, yeah, I totally missed that part. All right, fine. Let's make a post. We got a title and a bio. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, let's use a field set. Yeah. I'm turning 40 in like a month. This is how we used to roll when I was a kid. You can even do like a legend in here and be like user info. And then what we're gonna do is, oh yeah, I don't want that. Oh, these should still be, those should still be P's, I guess. This will be fun. All right, now let's do another field set here for the relations. So this is a post title. Guess I'll do it like that. And this one is going to be, what do they got over there? A bio. Bio. That's their bio. Oh, a biography. Their entire biography is 3 words. Bio. I'm not as excited about this anymore. I'm still happy with it, but I wouldn't describe myself as excited about it. So here's what's cool, is Remix and the browser, either way, is going to automatically turn that thing, serialize it for us. I'm gonna, yeah, okay. So now what we're gonna do, name, email, so we say posts. Create, okay, so you see what the operation is. So it's like a create on the nested record. Body get post title, I think is what I called it. What? I don't even want to. Oh, that's right. Womp. I'm not very good at TypeScript. I'm just kidding. I'm so good. I'm just really lazy. Actually, I'm not so good. And then bio. I call it biography like a dork down here. Oh, okay, no. Boop. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna put the users at the bottom now. There's too many of them. I got too many users. Honestly, I feel like that lately in the Discord channel down here for Remix. It's like, I was just telling my wife this morning while we were eating breakfast, it's really tempting to just hang out in the Remix Discord server and help and talk to people all day. But we need more than 300-400 users if I ever want to buy, I don't know, food again for my family. Just kidding. React training is actually doing much better. Last month was a really good month. So anyway, what do we got? Let's do this. Now I'm just yakking. Hey, look at this. Aren't those field sets awesome? So many people don't know about this stuff. And look at that legend. Oh, it's beautiful. I need a bigger line in between there, though. I gotta figure out how to get. So we say restart when you see assets JSON change. It must take a little while to restart, and I'm hitting refresh too fast. But anyway, you don't have this problem on like Vercel and the Netlify and the other serverless dev servers, because they just kind of have a function that they call, but they have a server outside of it that doesn't have to get restart. But our Express app has to get restart if you're shipping to Express. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Ryan again. RP Florence again. Post title. I am learning so much right now. Biography. Wow, this is kind of heavy. I was born on a warm spring day in 1981 to loving parents who showed me the way. Okay. Boop. Please include an at. Oh, I worked so hard on that. Oh, man. Oh, I'm going to copy that. Ryan again. Florence again. It was a warm spring day. That's going to be confusing. I am learning so much. Create user. Okay, there's Ryan again. But this time they said include posts and profile. So those are my foreign keys over here. We've got this like, we got a user. Wait. We got a post. Oh, they don't do foreign keys? I would have thought they'd do foreign keys. But anyway, I guess it's all just at runtime they figure out the relationships. Yeah, right. Yeah, right here, the author. And then down here, they've got posts. All right, so they're just going to do it at runtime. They're going to like make a query that's going to go look things up. Oops, where was I? Include. There we are. Okay. So now, sorry, my kid's been doing this voice lately, and it's wearing off on me now. Come to our loader, and in our loader we're going to find many. But this time we'll include our posts and our profile. Okay. Ooh. Ah, look at that. This is so nice. All right, what do I do next? Prisma. This code generates a user record. I don't know if you're like me, but I skip all of this and I just look at the code things. And I think about that with our own docs for Remix sometimes. Like, why do I sit here and like try to explain all these conceptual things? Because even still, people come in the Discord like, hey, help me understand this thing. And it's like, it's right there in the docs. And then I like type a little bit of code instead, a little bit more code examples and less prose. And people are like, oh, I get it. Maybe docs shouldn't even have prose. Maybe docs should just be like all code. No. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, I just sat there and talked about that already. Blup, blup, blup. That's cool. Okay, output should look like that. Now what do we want to do? Before moving to the next section, you'll publish the post record you just created using an update query. Adjust the main function So we're going to update that post. Change it to true. I have a fun idea. I'm going to make a list of the user's posts. And then I'm going to, so instead of just barfing out this object, I'm going to iterate over the users. And then I'm going to iterate over their posts. And then I'm going to have a button that says like publish next to that. And I guess I'm going to handle it all with this action. I can make a new route. But I don't know, what the heck. Let's just do it right here. All right, so I'm going to say data.map. Let's see what my data looks like at all times. So I can always just glance. We've got an array there. Data.map item. It's not an item. What am I even working with? I got distracted, started wondering how many people were here again. I'm going to look. 24 people. Just wasting their early evening away if they're in the US with me. And my crappy camera. User. That's what I've got here. Of course, we got to do a UL, right? That's what you always do in these things. Unwritten law. Any unwritten law fans out there? Oh, we just talked about key today, so let's do user ID. Do you just have an ID? Does it even know what this is? Has no idea what this is. This is a user. Where do I get that? From Prisma. Type of Prisma.user? Array? What? Is that for real? Reject operation? I'm going to do this for like 2 seconds. Or 10, and then someone's going to tell me in the comments probably how to do this. I'm going to say... Oh, what do I get here? That's an any. Users, does that? Prisma promise user. Oh crap. Does Jace have soccer cleats that fit him? How do I mute this? Let's turn it down here. I don't know. I don't know if Jace has cleats. Okay, microphone should be back up. Look at that. That is cool. All right, so I'm going to say that that returns a this. Let's rename this to users. What? How can that be? Oh, it's not the promise. Oh. What else did I have in there? So it's just user. Where do I get that user from? I bet there's a way. All right. Does anybody know? Oh, everyone's telling me they do have foreign keys. You're a dork. And I am. Well, I'll deal with this later. We're just going to We're just going to go with Annie. Yep, that's an Annie. I don't even care. I don't even care anymore. Get out of here, TypeScript. This is application code. All right, got my user. I can't remember what I was doing now. See, this is, TypeScript is amazing. But then you have these moments where you're just trying to learn stuff and it's like, you're just hosed forever. Anyway, so I've got a, see now I don't know what a user has. That's where this all came up. I didn't even know if it had an ID, so it'd be great to figure out. But anyway, what did I want to do? I want to do like, let's go nuts. Let's do some H2s in here. User.name, H3. This is what you're supposed to do with headings, right? User.email. H4 is user.profile. If we got one of those, then we're going to say user.profile dot bio and H4. And then if the user has posts, then we're going to make another list here. Oh, I heard in an interview that nested loops are inefficient. We should flatten this somehow. User.post map. Post, it's an any too. I got no clue what I'm doing anymore. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. Oh crap, I got my parentheticals wrong. And gonna want a key there. Post ID, I think those have IDs. Yep. And then we'll put the title in there, post.title. And oh, this is a great opportunity for an H5. Gotta entertain yourself sometimes. And then we're gonna say post.published, not published. And then we're going to put a button in here. Publish. Now. Nah, I don't want to be like that. Let's just do this. It's a button, so what are we gonna do? Are we gonna do like on, let's just see if this works first. Hey, that's cool. Let's get rid of that one. Oh my gosh, this is so terrible. What I've done here. This should be my H5. Posts. And this should be my H6. And we are out. We are out of H6s. I heard that divs were bad. Actually, do we have any divs? We do. Let's use section. Because sections aren't bad. Sections are automatically accessible, isn't that right? Oh, my phone's ringing. Hey, welcome to the live stream.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, what's up?
Does Jace need soccer cleats, or does he have some that fit in?
No, I don't know. I don't know if he needs any. I'll look when I'm done with this.
Are these cleats? They look weird to me.
No, those are like baseball cleats.
Well, they're not baseball.
Oh.
Okay.
But no, those aren't what you want.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Primary input device changed to built-in microphone. We don't want that. There we go. Okay, almost done here. So I've got my, so here's my publish button. So so just clicking this, that's not what I want to do. normally what you do is something like this, right? And then you'd be like, okay, now what are we gonna do? Are we gonna set some state and then an effect we're gonna publish? Are we gonna do an event handler right here? Are we gonna like fetch right now and go to some URL and then do like put the body in here and a method and then David K. Piano is going to come around. He's going to click this button 1,000 times, and you're going to make a fetch for every single one of those, and that's no fun. So anyway, in Remix, this is a form. So I'm going to put a form around this because I want to do a mutation. Uh-oh, I just lost something. This is going to be a method is put. We're gonna fancy here, and then what we're gonna do is what are we gonna do? Now some of you are gonna be like, oh, but it's gonna be like a div and stuff. So you can just do like display inline, and like we just want a form for its semantics, not its display. I always thought it's kind of weird that it's a block element. But anyway, publish. What are we going to publish? We need to know. So I'm going to do input. Well, actually, we can put the name and the value on the button, but that really freaks people out. So I'm going to put input name is post ID. Well, actually, let's see how they do it. Oh, okay, so they do post update where blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's all we need is a post ID. And value is going to be the post ID, and type is hidden. Okie doke. Do we need anything else? Where ID is 1, published true. So yeah, that's all I need here. So that is also going. You'll notice none of these forms have an action on them. I could put an action. We could post this elsewhere. We could be like post update or something like that, right? I guess posts, if I wanted to go make one of those. But if you leave the action off, HTML, not Remix, HTML by default is just like, I'm going to post here. And so it's kind of cool in these Remix route modules. It's like we've brought the whole server idea, like server hooks. How to get state, your loader, how to set state, your action. Oh, sorry. Yeah, did I do action here? What did I type? Oh, yeah, that's right. Your action will update it. And so everything's going to be in just this one file. So I'm going to come through here, and now my action is not just going to get posts, it's going to get puts too. Puts can only happen with fetch. If we turned off JavaScript or we used lowercase form, this isn't going to work with a put. Like, browsers just don't know how to do that. You can only do that with JavaScript. So anyway, now we need JavaScript for this thing to work if we want to branch this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to say if request.method equals put. Oh crap, I never know if it's uppercase or lowercase. Let's do to lowercase just to be safe. If it's a put, we're going to do one thing. Else, I should really switch on this now. Whatever, we know it's a post. So we'll just keep doing what we used to do. So now we're going to do a little branching. In this case, what we're going to do is await prisma.post, prisma.post.update, where ID is body.get, post ID is, I think what we said, and we're going to put a bang in there, and then data, say published true. What do you want? String is not assignable number. That's what I thought. I was about to do that. We'll parse int this thing. Give a base 10 just for kicks. Do you see my text about the cornbread? Hey, has the Alexa timer gone off? No? Tell me when the Alexa timer goes off. Okay. All right, we're almost done here. I got some cornbread I got to get out of the oven in a minute anyway. Just so you know, this is literally how I work. every day, especially during COVID where people are home all the time. And in our temporary house while we build a new one, and I'm just at the top of some stairs. It's hilarious. But anyway, so much suspense now of is this going to work? I think it should. So we just drop a form here. Our method is put. We send a post ID. Value is post ID. It's hidden one. We're going to hit that button and submit it. Maybe, well, it's going to be submit anyway, but it's nice to just be very clear. So then Remix is going to do the put with fetch. And then, you know what I want to do? I don't want a new history entry. So our history stack would look something like we're at slash, and then we would submit this thing, and then we're at slash again. Actually, we're going to be at the action, and then that's going to redirect, and it's going to replace that with a new slash that's a get. So it's going to have the put one first, and then it's going to do a get after. But I don't actually want this. I just want one thing the whole time. So this is another reason when bringing JavaScript into the mix is nice, because now we can say, hey, for this form submit, I want to replace where I'm at. I don't want anything in the history stack for this one. All right, I think this is going to work. So I'm going to come back here, reload. I'm going to hit publish, so we'll know that this works because the publish button is going to disappear. Publish. Ha! Yes! And of course, if I reload, it's going to be that, oh, you know what I should have done? Well, let's just invert all this logic. Let's say unpublish. Redact. Let's redact this thing. And then let's come up here and we'll say published false. And let's watch this go through the network tab. I really hate that situation where the server hasn't restarted. Redact. All right. Let's come into the network tab. Let's get this nice and big. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to put it over on the right side this time. Oh, it won't even let me. Oh, that's right. You do it over here. All right, network tab. Here we go. Kapow! So what did we do? Remix did a put to our route. It serialized our form and sent the post ID. And then our action came through. Kaplow. It said, oh, cool, I'm a put. All right, let's update this one and let's unpublish this thing. And then down here, in either case, we just keep on redirecting to this page. And so then Remix says, oh, you probably changed everything. So, or something could have changed. And so it's going to call both of our root and our index loader. And then these are going to come back with some data for us. And then, I don't know why you went and got the CSS again. Do I not have good headers on those? Probably got stupid headers on them. Oh yeah, I got ridiculous headers on those. But why? Anyway, yeah, so then we come back and it redraws the page. So from Remix's perspective, from React's perspective, we've just been in this component the whole time, right? This is, if you were doing this manually yourself, if you were like, use effect, and then you had like some other thing that was like, let state, set state, and then you're like, I'm gonna fetch in here, and then after that, I'm gonna set some state, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna have another effect that like is going to reload all my users, fetch the users, and then set state on the users, and all that kind of stuff. What would happen in here is React is just in this index component the whole time, and you're just doing a whole bunch of fetches in the network, and then calling set state to update this component. Remix is doing the same thing, it just does it all for you, where it serializes the form, makes the fetch in the background. We just saw these over here, boink. And then at the top of the app, where all of our routes are and everything else, React Router matches where we redirected. Well, so first the server matches your routes. We know the routes in both places. And then calls our action redirects and says, hey, go back to the slash URL. And then Remix is like, okay, cool, let's reload all the data loaders because they just did a form submit. And then it sets data at the top of your app. We have a little piece of state for all your route data. And then the component re-renders. So from the React perspective, we're just in this component the whole time. It's just a bunch of fetching and state updates above us that are causing this thing to re-render. But this is, oh gosh, this is so cool. Honestly, I did not think that I was gonna like Remix as much as I do. Here is your state. Here is your set state. But now it's like your component can do these things with persistent data on your server. Pretty cool. All right, what do we got over here? Next steps. Next step is get the cornbread out of the oven. This section lists a number of potential next steps you can now take from here. Feel free to explore these or read the introduction at a high-level overview of Prisma. Continue exploring the Prisma client API. Next.js, GraphQL. Man, they're just trolling me. That's cool. What is this thing? Prisma Studio? I'm gonna look at this and then gonna call this stream, call quits on this stream. Prisma, oh, what was it? Prisma Studio. Whoa. So this is like PHP my admin. Can you like do stuff with that? Yes, you can. Can I delete it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. AG. Oh, we got AG Grid in there. AG Grid. Check this out. AG Grid. People are like, I can't believe you're charging for Remix. AG Grid is just a grid. Just a grid. Grids are dang hard. Look at this. $750 per developer for one application. Multiple applications. They're going to charge you $1,200 per developer. And then you got to buy a deployment license to put it in a production environment. Indie license for Remix only $250. You'll be all right. And hopefully I will be too. All right. That was fun. Thanks for joining me. I got to figure out how to like look at the... Oh, we've got a Prisma person there? Nah, you don't need to add us there yet. We're still a rinky-dink thing over here. But eventually that would be sweet. Yeah, thanks for joining me. I got to figure out how to like pay more attention to their to the comments that are going on during a live feed like this. What did I want to look for in this? I wanted to figure out what they're using. What are you using down here? Oh, that's cool. Dialog root, modal root, drop down root. Somebody's dealing with overflow CSS issues in their component library. Very nice, using all variables. Oh, did they do the smart thing so that if you switch over to dark mode, it just uses CSS variables? No, they didn't. That is a cool trick. All right, yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna be doing this more often. I'm gonna actually be building a big like Trello project management dashboard, and this was my first step on that. And I hadn't ever messed with Prisma, and I'm actually super impressed. That was awesome. I'm glad I didn't say anything mean about it. Now that I know that, who is that was here? That Ryan, what a great name. You do have a dark mode. I know this is 10 seconds delayed, but does it use CSS variables to switch? That's the cool trick. Yeah, anyway, thanks for joining me. I'm just looking for the button to end this. There it is. Finish. Adios. Or wait, this is live stream. Peace.